Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Times Quick Cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Tuesday. We're on Tuesday, aren't we? September the 30th, 2025. And our setter today is Hurley. So Hurley is one of the setters who brings us a couple of puzzles a month, although now I realise it's the last day of September. This is only the 17th puzzle of the year, so we're actually one behind for September. Generally this year I've been slightly faster than average on Hurley puzzles, nothing taking really longer than just a couple of puzzles over 20 minutes. The last 6 or 7 I've been averaging sort of 10 minutes, so hoping for something like that again really. I think that's probably enough to say, isn't it? So it's going to reset the timer and crack on. Epic drama about caring type. Hackneyed conclusion of tedious story. Hackneyed story is a tale fable. Fortitude in Finnish you organised church. Gosh, fortitude in Finnish you organised church would be something like endurance? Was that endure ants? Ure. What is urance? Uran. Fortitude in Finnish. Fortitude is endurance. I don't know why. Okay. Behind is displayed in daft error. That's aft, isn't it? Oh no, after rather. Okay. A levy reversed. Staff time for growth area. Gosh, staff time would be man T. Maybe a levy is a charge. Wife wearing jeans turning to twirl. Wife wearing jeans. So denim. Can't see that. Second coffee. Right. Latter. Milan team left huddle regularly for break. What does that mean? Milan team is AC, I would have thought. AC Milan. Left is an L. Huddle. Regularly. That isn't going to work, is it? Or is it maybe interlope? No, interlude. There we are. Got there eventually. Landlord's first moderate agreement, rental agreement, lease, ease to moderate, I think. Swiftness ultimately sees top bicycle take lead. Swiftness ultimately is an S. Not sure what that. Gosh, there's lots of letters in these answers. Where have I gone? I'm looking at the wrong clue. That's why I missed the one currency unit. The writer's stimulus. The writer's is my, isn't it? Stimulus is motivation. 1 year. Okay, 1 year is IN. Currency unit. Rand, euro, in Europe, euro. The writer's is mine. Stimulus is motivation. That ain't going to work. Okay, swiftness ultimately S. Sees top bicycle take the lead. Top bicycle. Not sure about that. Okay, honeymooners, Lewis, Wendy. I missed out, unfortunately. So just anagram of Lewis, Wendy. Newlyweds? Newlyweds, I think that is. Yep, seems like it fits the anagram. So we got up here. Nobles look mature. Nobles, peerless. Is that peerless? Peerage. Peerage, yeah. Civ puzzle is a riddle. Okay, end looks good. Value that's intrinsic to some rituals. Value. Rituals, some merit. Okay, endurance is looking good actually. End of second home racket is a din. Definitely looking like endurance. I can't think what's going on there. Sofa lifted. Cheers wildly. So I'm going to go cheers. What lifted? Cheers. Lifted is 6. Cheers is 6. Sofa is a settee. That doesn't work. I got the ERE there, so looks like it will be an anagram of that. I don't know. Let's go on to Titian cast is wrong. Titian cast could be 12 letters, or is 12 letters. Figures expert is a arithmetician, statistician. A's and I. Yep. Perhaps Thunberg's performance, unconventional visit. Is that to do with Greta, or is that to do with just an anagram of Thunberg? which would be 8 letters. I've got 2 T's though, for interlude and what's this? Hackneyed conclusion. Hackneyed is conclusion of tedious. Story is a tale. Let's go look at this one quickly. Epic drama. That's about Karen's eye barker. That's just an anagram, isn't it? Might just be an anagram, but our paramedic. Okay. What's this? Endurance, fortitude, finishes end. You organised. You ran. Okay. Yep. You ran. I see. I get it now. What's this? Perhaps Thunberg's performance. Unconventional visit. Is an act. Is there an act there? Act something. Ooh, judgment by European. It's upset. Right. It's upset friend. Right. Rattled. Rattling. Upset friend. It's upset. It's just that should be STI, doesn't it? But estimate. Okay, estimate is yeah, nice. Okay, I like that construction. Fantastic sea legs never getting older is ageless, I think. This one, pointless dossier, containing every other letter from cult. So is that CL or UL? Must be UL. UT, mustn't it? Dossier is a file. Futile. There we go. Angry about having long limbs. It's rangy. Yep. And firm. Western cow. So what's this? In currency unit. The writer's what's this? Incon. One new currency unit. The writer's mine. Stimulus is. Ooh, what's that? This one, a levy reversed. Staff time. I think that's men. Staff are men. We man things. Growth area allotment. That's allotment, isn't it? Okay. This one, cheers one, lifted cheers. Is going to need me to get out the anagram piece of paper. I think so. Cheers. Lifted. Gosh, there's lots of letters in this, or lots of consonants. I'm thinking, and I've got C, something E, something T, something R, something E, something. Gosh, so get rid of the C, the E, the T, the R. Is it shows long? No. Chesterfield. Okay, no wonder I wasn't biffing that. Chesterfield. I have heard of that, but this one, swiftness is speed. Sees top bicycle take the lead. Swiftness is speed. Ultimately S. Top. Oh, it's a revert. The opposite of an acrostic. Last letters. What's this one? Greta, I don't know. Perhaps Thunberg's performance. Unconventional visit. And this one, wife wearing jeans, turning to 12. Okay, jeans probably is a. Yeah, jeans turning, so to twirl is to. Where's the J going? If it's an anagram. C. There's only one E. S. NJW I need to put in there. Swagin. What? Is that? These last three. Perhaps Thunberg's. I don't know what to do with Thunberg, given there's 2 T's and after an interlude look right. Let's try and knock off this one. Currency unit. Pound, dollar, cent. Ive. Okay, in centime, fair enough. There's a W for wife here, isn't there? Performance is an act, I would have thought. Snagen? Swagen? Am I just... That was stale, wasn't it? That's correct. Stale, Hackney Tale, conclusion of tedious, yep. Perhaps Thunberg's performance. Can't have an indirect anagram, so I don't think it can be Unconventional visit is a performance as an act, I would have said. To twirl. That can either be JN or SJ doesn't, SJAW. None of those look very good to me. Snadju. Could be Snadju. Swajan. No idea what to do with that clue. I would have thought it should be an anagram of jeans with, assuming that's an A. Swajan. Perhaps, so she's a Greta Thunberg's kind of an ecologist-y person, isn't she? A green person. And she's from somewhere in Scandinavia, but none of them begin with A, so that doesn't really work. What is it? Act, performance, unconventional. Activist. There we are. Activist. Okay. Wife. Swivel. What is that? Swivel. Wife. Jeans. I think that's swivel, but I don't know why it's swivel. I'm going to go with it. Yes, I've gone with it correctly. Okay, let's have a go through those clues, because that was not the easiest of puzzles, I would say. So we have at one across. Where's it gone? There it is. Epic drama is an anagram of paramedic. About is your anagram indicator, and a paramedic is a caring type. So yeah, actually a very simple clue, but I couldn't spot that. I was just looking for an anagram, because that's a very hidden anagram as such, until you've got some letters which begin to hint at that. Hackneyed is stale. Conclusion of tedious is the S, and a story is a tale. Simple wordplay. Fortitude is endurance. The finish is end. U is a U. Sometimes there's a sound like indicator with that, but in this case there isn't. If you organise something, you ran it, and CE for Church of England. Behind is after. And displayed in is your hidden word indicator. That across daft error is after. A levy, okay, A is in the clue. A levy is a toll, so put that backwards, gives you a lot. Staff are men, and T for time gives you the growth area, which is the allotment. Right. Okay, yeah. So the wife is a W, and the jeans are Levi's, and Levi's is written backwards, so turning. So wearing is saying put W into Levi's, turning to is saying put Levi's backwards, and to twirl is to swivel. Very good, nice clue. I have to say actually this puzzle I've really enjoyed some of this cluing. So we had after up there, now we've got latter, which is second. Coffee is a latte, and R for right on the end of it. Inter Milan is is a football team. L for left, and then the second, fourth, and sixth letters of huddle, as indicated by regularly, give you the UDE. And a break is an interlude. Landlord's first is an L. To moderate is to ease, and rental agreement is a lease. What do we got here? Let me just scroll down a little bit. One is an I, N for new. A currency unit is the cent, part of the American dollar, and other dollars. The writers, so it's a possessive apostrophe, so I have, I've. So from the perspective of Hurley, and stimulus is an incentive. Right, we've got swiftness is speed, and then ultimately is kind of like a reverse acrostic. If you look at the last letters of C's top, bicycle, take, lead, that gives you speed. Not an easy clue to spot. Honeymooners are newlyweds, which is an anagram of Lewis and Wendy, or Lewis Wendy. Take the I out of Lewis, so before you anagram it, so I missed out is saying take the I out. Unfortunately, is your anagram indicator. Those are your cross clues. On the downs, well, nobles have peerages, are the peerage. To look is to peer, and to mature is to age. Double definition here, so a sieve is also known as a riddle, so mainly in the kitchen I think, and a puzzle is a riddle. Value is a merit. If that's got value, it's got merit. Intrinsic to is your hidden word indicator, that it goes across some rituals. So in this case, I always say to people, look for a hidden word if you've got some in the clue, but in this case it's part of the actual hidden word indicator. It contains the hidden word, and that's intrinsic to is your hidden word indicator here. So a little bit of misdirection there really. End of second is the D, at home is in, and at din is a racket. Right, we've got a Chesterfield, which is a type of sofa. I guess that's a generic class of sofas. Chesterfield is an anagram of lifted cheers. Wildly is your anagram indicator. Titian cast is an anagram of statistician. Sorry, and Titian cast is your anagram. Wrong is your anagram indicator, and a figures expert. Well, a statistician knows all about figures. I think it meant to think about the figure of the opposite sex or something there. Right, Greta Thunberg is an example of an activist. A performance is an act, and an unconventional visit. Okay, so it's an anagram visit. Unconventional is your anagram indicator. I bunged that in without checking it, really, because I knew it was right at that point. Right, a judgment is an estimate. Okay, well, fair enough. I'll go with that. I think it's probably in the dictionary somewhere, but I would never say. I thought judgment was definite, and estimate was a kind of bit of a wibbly wobbly thing. E for European, anagram. Sorry, it's going upwards, so that gives you the SD, and a friend is a mate. Sea legs is an anagram of ageless. Fantastic is your anagram indicator, and never getting older is ageless. Pointless is futile. A dossier is a file, comes up occasionally, worth remembering, and containing every other letter from cult, so the U and T, the second and fourth letters, every other letter of cult. So yeah, very long clue there just to say put UT into file, but a very nice surface to it. Pointless dossier, let's reread it. Pointless dossier containing every other letter from cult. Angry is an anagram of rangy. About is your anagram indicator. That's the second one of those we've had today. And if you've got long limbs, then you're rangy. And finally, we've got the cow, which is a milk supplier, and a firm is a co, as in a company, and W for Western. So there we go, all done. 10:34, just held up by those last two. But good little puzzle from Hayley there. And thank you for watching.